Hello and welcome to another video in the series of how to create a module within the game called Sword Coast Legends, and we're going to tie up one or two loose ends with regards to Kill the Boss quest, where we're going to add it to a dungeon. So let's get started by clicking on locations in the toolbar at the top here. Then left click on new locations, and here we've got the choice of create dungeon or create area. And in this tutorial we're going to create dungeon, and here we have the location properties, and we have the icon which is going to appear on the map for the player, and again we can use the left and the right arrows to flick through the different types of icons that are available to us. And then we can give the dungeon a name. And we can also give a cave a description. Because this information here is going to show up on the player's loading screen, so the more description you can give, the better. Gives the player a general feel of the area that they're about to go in. And we can set this as the starting location if we so wish. We can make it visible to adventurers on their map straight away if we want to. And underneath here we've got assigned quests to the area. So we're going to add the defeat boss quest here. So again we can click on the left and right arrows here, and we've already got one called Kill Argo which we set up in the previous video. The reason why we do this first is because when the dungeon is randomized, if you make any changes to any of these, including quests, then the dungeon will re-randomize, and any placeables etc that you've put down will be lost, and you virtually have to start from scratch. So that's why planning ahead is very, very important. So here we've got on the right hand side dungeon settings, so we can add boss room to last floor, and here we've got floor 1 of 1, and then we can choose here the creature sets that we want. So we've got 1 and 2, and in a previous video I mentioned about custom creature sets which we created before, and we just click on these check boxes, and because I've only got one custom creature set called Bloody Hands, we can add those for both if we want to, or we can scroll through the different creature sets, default creature sets that we've got as well. So in this I'm going to select the custom one. Here we can select the difficulty of the encounters from normal to hard to clear all encounters, and then easy, and also normal. And then we've got lighting and atmosphere, and again we can browse through each setting to the one that you want your dungeon to be like. And then also we've got different sizes: small, medium, large, and in complexity, simple to moderate to complex. And then also we've got different tile sets as well that we can use: castle, catacombs, drow caves, and so on and so on. And then underneath that we've got add floor, and then we've got floor 2 of 2, and again we can select exactly what we did in the previous floor. And then once we're happy with all our settings, we can then click on accept, and there is our icon there on the map, as you can see, Goblin Cave. Now we can right click on this icon and we can actually move the location on the map. We can move it wherever we like on the map itself, and again we can also edit, visit, or we can actually remove, which is the same options down here at the bottom. So if we go to visit, as you can see here, we get a warning message saying that the first time loading this location will lock the level settings and assign quests, so changing these will require resetting the location and starting again, as I mentioned before. So we left click on accept, and here's a loading screen. And here we go, so we can use the middle mouse wheel to scroll out, and then we can use the A, S, W and D keys to move around. And as you can see, we already have encounters. These are where the dice are showing. We've also got, we can see here, an ambush trigger. So we can right click on the dice, and we've got essential ambush here, and we can change these to different types of ambushes. We can also empty the encounter. We can also make these normal, hard, easy, and then once we're happy we can click on accept. Also, we can go back to editing the dungeon. We can also randomize this to get a different layout if we so wish. And then also what we can do is we can jump to the second floor. So as you can see, this goes the same for every level, is that you always start at the entrance. So we can scroll up, and this would be our end location. If we had another floor to go, they'll go down this way. As you can see here, here's our boss. We can't move this boss around. This is chosen by the randomization of this level. What we can do as well, we can right click, and again our cursor changes to the circle 2 arrows, and we can move around. If we're not happy with this layout, we can click on randomize. So again, we start at the location of the second floor, the entrance of the second floor. So again, we can scroll out, take a look, and there's our boss again, virtually in the last room. So what we can do as well, we can, like I said, we can empty. Oh, this area is already empty. So we can place our own creatures by clicking on the placement creatures here, and then left clicking just as you would an NPC. And as you can see here, we've got the 2 sets that were available to us on this floor, and we can also place characters if we so wish, change the lighting in the atmosphere, etc. And I'll talk about traps and objects in a future video. Well, I think that's about wraps up this video, guys. Again, please like, subscribe and comment, and see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye now.